Okay, so I'm back at this pickup header again. I'm making a new adjustment to it because, well, I feel that this roller wind guard is still too high, and I would like it to be a little lower. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take this little bolt here out, and I'm going to lower the wind guard. I've done it on the other side already, and what that's going to do is actually just allow me to raise this up a little bit without losing the height of the roll itself. And it'll raise this part here up, because if you can see under there, see where that friction is? It has taken off all of the paint, so there's a little bit of a friction there. Now there is bolt holes there. It's not for plastic, it was for tines that went into the back. The 9080 had the same thing, but they've changed this whole system. But anyway, I'm just gonna move this thing down here. There. And there's a welded bolt nut in there, so you don't have to worry about it. So now what that's done is it has lowered my wind guard roller, so it's out and it's down. And what I'm hoping it'll do is, because the pickup tines will make this thing just roll, okay, and that'll assure even crop feed in there. I mean, I think that's exactly what I did with the 9080. This one's set up slightly different than that one, but yeah, I think that this is the way to go, because just by moving it that 1.5 inches or so, and then moving it 1 inch down, or well, 1 inch here, would make it probably 2 or 3 inches here. So it's closer to those tines, which is what I want, because all this thing has got to do is spin, and it acts like a propeller to propel the hay into it. And the weight of this thing, so when the windrow gets really, really fat, it mashes it to the ground. And when it mashes it to the ground, it ensures that these tines here are going to grab it nice and evenly. And without these stupid things here, it should allow the crop to flow through there, and this thing is going to be spinning so it won't pinch. It'll just continue to flow. So I think everything that I've done here is going to work good. I haven't tried it out yet, but today is the day, and I will show you in the field as I'm going what is happening. Because that thing will lift way the hell up like that. So, and they're on springs, believe it or not. So that thing picks up, but I think I've got that pinch point completely alleviated there, because now the pinch point is movable. It rolls between here and here. Now if I had that those wings out here, this would probably be almost touching it. So we'll see. We will see. I'm going to tighten up the other side. Let me jump over. I've greased my drive line, and these drive lines are CVs. I don't like them. I don't know what anybody else thinks of them, but I have more chattering out of that CV joint than my neighbor's Heston had with a regular universal joint. I think it's pointless. I think a regular universal joint would be more than sufficient to do. Oh, and another guy was asking about my mud flap. John Deere has these nice little cutouts here, and all this is 440 knot strength baling twine that I tied it up with through the regular holes. And it's a Napa plastic, not a rubber one, but a plastic mud flap, and it drags down the road just like normal. And this just takes all of these catchy little things here, and the hay just slides. Well, you can see where it's actually made a dent in the mud flap from all the pressure from it. But it mashes the hay down so that it doesn't catch on the tongue. And yeah, of course the hitch folds up out of the way enough, and that hay will hit that wind guard there like it's supposed to, and get sucked up in there real nice like. So make sure that's tight. Make sure that's tight. See how high that'll raise up? Way high. It gives feet of clearance, not inches of clearance. So hopefully I'm a lot happier now. I've already had a flat tire on the other side, blew it out. So yeah, now I'd say that that is a better deal than what we had. Okay, well, I got a pretty good test for my modification for this BB340 baler, New Holland baler. I'm baling pretty good sized windrows, as you could probably see. I'm gonna put the camera to the camera, but anyway, you can see that it's eating them pretty intensely. I'm gonna come around here. I'm at full capacity, and these, you know, this field is not very big. It's maybe 6 acres, this particular one. Yeah, it's windrows wider than my hood, as you can see. I'm running over the corners with the tractor, both sides, running over the edges of the windrow. So if you look in the back, and I just saw it do it there, once in a while, I'll get off center, and it'll pull it around where it was pinching before. You can see it happening right now. Well, before in a windrow this size, those wings that were there were causing major problems. As you can see, where those wings used to be, the hay is coming around. I'm actually going to cut across it. There's an example. Right there would have been a jam. That would have been a jam. So I get off sides a little bit, and believe me, it's not hard to get off sides of these windrows. It's not hard to get off sides because they are so massive. There's a lot of material here, and when I say a lot of material, I've never baled hay this thick in my entire life. This is Timothy and orchard grass mix. It's pretty dry because my density there is 783, and it's just, I'm actually going to back it down one notch. I'm at 42 on the density scale there, where that knotter just made a knot. Come on, 42 there. And now bale just fell off. Yeah, so I'm going to back it down to 41 if I get up over 700 and say 800. If I hit 800 there, then that's what I'll do. But yeah, I mean, there we are again, just rolling that stuff in there. Oh, I'm off sides again. That would be jamming up on me right there. So if you have one of these balers and you're having problems with those little wing-ding pieces of crap, cut them off. Say goodbye. Call your New Holland representative and say, hey, dumbasses, why don't you run these things in extreme conditions and not controlled conditions, and maybe you will come up with a much better baler than your competition. I love the baler, don't get me wrong. I think the New Holland baler is probably better than any baler on the planet at this point. The last model, no. The 9080 was not. This one here, they've really come a long way with the pickup, but there's still a couple of things they can do to make it better. So if anybody's listening or watching from New Holland, hey, give me a call. It's not that hard to get a hold of me. Send me a message or something on my YouTube, and I'd be glad to get together with you and show you what I think of these things and how I think it could make a better baler. I'll do it free of charge. I don't care. Just frustration to a farmer is like the death of a farmer. It pisses them off, and we don't like to be frustrated. We like to roll. We like to get the job done and be done with it. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, so I've been baling now 250 bales in windrows that'll choke a horse. Actually, windrows that'll choke an ordinary baler. Here's a real example. I got water. See that water? I'm driving through it. See the baler splashing through it. See the baler eating it. Oh, see now, watch it. Up, went. There it went. So maybe, just maybe, I'm onto something here, and New Holland needs to contact me on these stupid wings I cut off of there. And maybe some of the things that I've done they could do also. Because this thing is just, it's eating. It's eating. Like, I have never seen a baler eat like this before. These are terraces, that's why there's water in here. We had a pretty good rainstorm I don't know, maybe, I don't know what the hell day it was, but it was pretty bad. Anyways, the terraces lay full of water, but the hay is dry. I'm still punching out 479 on the pressure. It is wet, wetter than you would want to use it for animal feed, but for mulch hay, it's probably 25% moisture, 22% moisture, something like that. The baler's taking it fine. It'll keep just fine. It'll just be moldy. Yeah. So, excuse me. So yeah, if you have one of these balers, cut them things off of there. They're a joke. They are an absolute joke. I would never, ever, ever recommend leaving them on. Yeah, I mean, even in something like this, when you get an area where it's not raked and it could cause a jam up, it doesn't. And this is really marginal hay to make, so I gotta tell you, I would not hesitate to cut those things off here. I mean, look at these.